This gameplay video is brought to you by very generous patron Shuffles. Playing the Badger Mushroom Snake meme deck, Greensleeves, up against Gisa and Geralf this time. And that's a one-lander we will definitely get rid of. That is looking a hell of a lot better. We will keep that one, get rid of. Against a blue player, Prowling Serpapard is probably not a good idea, but Augur of Autumn could be really good. Can we get away with getting rid of a land there? I think I'll get rid of Reliquary Tower, seeing as how we're on the draw. Alright, our opponent has 4 mana by turn 2, a Mana Crypt and a Dark Steel Ingot. They just played the Increasing Confusion for 0 mana for some reason. Must just be trying to set themselves up with the flashback pointed at themselves. We draw into a land off the top is excellent. Just play the Sakura Tribe Scout. A Fleshbag Marauder, going to get rid of our Sakura Tribe Scout, not the end of the world really. A Nissa Vastwood Seer, we will just play the 3 visits. Still with 4 cards in hand, they play Gisa and Geralf. And we see an Unbreathing Horde, Death Baron, and a Cryptic Gateway in the bin. Boundless Realms for us for a little bit later. Let's play the Augur of Autumn here. We can get out the Nissa next turn if we want to get ourselves a land. Alright, and there's a land on top, so could get out our commander next turn. We want to play our commander and then drop a land straight away. We want to get at least 1 Badger. Noteworthy that it's turn 4 and they're still missing lands, so obviously just kept this hand thanks to the mana rocks. Playing a Sword of Feast and Famine won't do them much good with only 1 land. It will force us to discard though. They land 4 commander damage on us. Okay, and another land off the top, so I'll just drop that straight away. Extra planar lens, I don't particularly want to shuffle away, so with 4 cards in hand, are they going to have removal for our commander? Yeah, we'll get down the Greensleeves here and challenge them. So as soon as we drop a land, we'll have a 3-3 and we can start playing creatures as well as lands off the top with the Augur of Autumn. Swinging at them for 2 damage. They'll be able to get straight through to us next turn thanks to the protection from green that this will have. So now going up to 10 points of commander damage, our opponent will force us to discard a card here. Could we distract them with a Planeswalker? I think we just get rid of the Prowling Serpapard here. Want to get up to Boundless Realms as soon as we can, preferably. Noteworthy that they have dropped a Swamp, still with 4 cards in hand. Replaying the Fleshbag Marauder, so we'll just have to lose the Augur, I'm afraid. And there, we see our extra planar lens, so let's get that into play straight away. Obviously get rid of a tap land with that. And then we'll drop ourselves a Forest. Makes us a Badger token. And I do want to hold on to the Boundless Realms here really, because we can start going wide on our opponent whilst they're struggling on mana. Try and force them to wipe the board. Yeah, it would be nice to try and get some card advantage with Nissa, but I think we're best going for the Boundless Realms if we can. Our opponent's just going to deal with the Walker straight away anyway, so hit our opponent for 5 commander. And they managed to make themselves a land again. Playing out the Fleshbag Marauder again, we'll get rid of a Badger token. Should be able to easily work around the Fleshbag Marauder as long as we can keep the Badgers in play. Do have to deal with this Sword of Feast and Famine though, because they've got us next turn, unless we can get a colourless creature or removal for the sword. Alright, a Greater Good is going to be useful to us. Do we just play the Greater Good and sack our commander? Hold off on the Boundless Realms for now. Going to need to get some really good draws. So might as well swing in with our commander because we're going to sack it anyway. Play out the Greater Good. Sack our commander. We'll draw us 5 and we'll discard 3. Alright, and there is a Nature's Claim, so discard. It'll have to be 3 lands here, I suppose. Play out the Renata, and then we'll go for Nature's Claim onto the sword now, just in case they draw into counter magic. We can trade them their commander if needs be. They can go for the Fleshbag Marauder again to get round our Renata, but that will put us on 20 points of commander. Alright, seeing a Gravecrawler from our opponent. I think they just played that with the Gisa and Geralf ability, which means they can't go for the Fleshbag Marauder here. They do need to control a zombie in order to play this from the bin on its own. A Grey Merchant of Asphodel going to drain us for 4 damage. Okay, continuing to threaten us with commander damage. I think we'll trade in our Renata, try and buy ourselves an extra turn. Alright, so there's a land for us, definitely getting down our commander again here. Then drop a land, and we're still waiting on trying to get down the Boundless Realms. Our opponent's controlled us quite nicely this game. It's noteworthy that the Gisa and Geralf is in the bin, so maybe they've got a Living Death or something like that. Swinging in with both, just trying to get some damage through to us, I think. So we'll take the damage, or actually we can just block Grey Merchant of Asphodel with the Badger. They can get the Gravecrawler out easily enough anyway, so we might as well block that. Maybe it's Cyclonic Rift they're holding up. Alright, a Mana Reflection, so that means that our lands will tap for 4 mana apiece if we keep extra planar lands in play. Let's just try this. Alright, that lands, so now we get a lot of mana from our lands. Let's play Boundless Realms finally. Oh, it's actually 3 mana apiece that our lands tap for. This doubles the mana, doesn't it? Yeah, twice as much mana, so if they tap for 2, I would have thought they'd tap for 4 there, but anyway. Magic Online has us tapping the lands for 3. We get 5 basics into play here, which means we're going to get 5 badgers. And this means that even if our opponent can deal with our commander here, then we can draw a lot of cards with the Greater Good. And we can do a lot of filtering with the badgers as well. We won't gain card advantage by sacking the badgers to Greater Good, but like I said, we can get some filtering through with them. And they're going to need an answer to our commander here, because it's us that's going to get commander damage on them. So it looks like they do have something. It is a Twilight's Call. Each player returns all creature cards from their graveyard to the battlefield. And they can do that at instant speed thanks to paying 2 more for it. Not sure if they've got a Death Toucher in the bin. We do get some stuff back here as well, so get ourselves a 14/3 Renata, Nissa Vital Force, the Augur of Autumn, Prowling Serpapard, and the Sakura Tribe Scout. See a Tendershoot Dryad in the bin as well, so we'll be able to get our meme online next turn, because these are the mushrooms. Anyway, Gisa and Geralf going to mill themselves for 4, seeing a Diagraph Captain, which will be able to drain us if we're not careful, a Zombie Apocalypse, and a couple of lands, one of which is Sunken Ruins. Sacrifice a creature to the Fleshbag Marauder, can just be a Badger, I think. And then Nissa, I can't remember if we've actually played a land here, so we will shuffle just in case we can actually play a land this turn. Just shuffle away the mushrooms. I'm more worried about losing to commander damage at this point than getting the meme online. They've got a horde of Death Touchers now as well, because they've got the Death Baron in play. Blocking with the Unbreathing Horde, removing a plus counter from this instead of taking damage. We'll refill our hand instead of dealing damage to that thing. So sacrifice our commander, we'll draw 12 and discard 3. And that is a lot of stuff that we just drew into. A Sol Ring is on top as well. Crop Rotation could be really good. Yeah, that's really difficult actually. Let's go for Skyshroud Claim getting discarded. The Stonecoil Serpent as well. Stonecoil Serpent could be really good if they get their sword back out again, but we'll risk getting rid of it. Sylvan Library I don't think is necessary either. Alright, we haven't made a land this turn, so throw out the Mana Crypt, play a land. We'll flip round the Nissa so we can plus on that and get the Sol Ring into our hand. That reveals a land on top. So tap down the Mana Crypt. That is 4 mana that we get from that. Play the Sol Ring with it. And then tap down a forest for 3 green mana. Crop Rotation is going to sacrifice a land and get us the Gaia's Cradle. Gaia's Cradle enters play, and I think maybe going for the Rishkar's Expertise would be alright. Although we don't have an unlimited hand size at the moment, do we? Anyway, Gaia's Cradle pumps us up a hell of a lot. We've got 22 green mana there, so maybe playing out our commander would be a good idea. We'll tap down the Sol Ring. Brings our commander back out as a 14/14. It does have a plus counter on it. This has protection from wizards. Yeah, and our opponent's commander is a wizard, so we'll be able to block that quite nicely. Play ourselves a Shadow Spear so that we can start encouraging commander damage on our opponent. Equip that, leaves us with 17. Play Ugin, the Spirit Dragon. Plus on that will let us Lightning Bolt the Undead War Chief. And yep, our opponent scoops there. They don't fancy their odds of doing anything about us after that. Don't think the game's over yet. A few more turns and they might be able to wipe the board and do something about us maybe, but I mean, we've got Rishkar's Expertise. We're probably playing this turn. Let's see if let's just point the Ugin first. See if we can see what we were going to draw into. The client will not show us, unfortunately. But it's likely that we were going to refill our hand with the Rishkar's expertise and get out a free spell with that, and then we could have cherry-picked during the cleanup step which cards we wanted exactly. So it was looking pretty dicey at first there. Our opponent was controlling our creatures quite nicely and threatening commander damage on us, but managed to pull off a victory in the end. I've been kicked out into the lobby now, so I can't remember if we had the meme online actually. We definitely had badgers and snakes, I think. Maybe we were missing mushrooms in the saprolings. Yeah, I'm not sure. Anyway, hopefully you all enjoyed revisiting the Greensleeves meme deck. I'm tribalkai. Thank you for watching.